Thanks for being with us. We are live on this Tuesday, October the 3rd. We are live to the KGNS app, live to the website at kgns.tv. We're also live to our Facebook page, and we're live to the YouTube channel. By the way, if you're not familiar with our YouTube channel, check it out and subscribe, like the page as well. And we've got a lot of content. It kind of varies from what we have on the website. We do post news stories. We also have different shows that are available through our digital platform, like Pop Off the Clock, In Search of Miracles. You'll see Foodie Friday there. So the YouTube channel is a little different from what you might see on the web, but still some of the content is the same. So I questioned this morning about domestic violence. That's because October is domestic violence.
Now with all the social media and technological as well. So there's many types and forms, and for us at Casa de Misericordia, it doesn't matter which type of domestic violence is the individual going through. We service the same, and the other thing is also that a lot of times we don't know that we're going through domestic violence, and a lot of times we feel that maybe this looks like something that could be domestic violence. If anybody has doubts, they can always reach out to us, and we can sit down and have a conversation and offer the services.
A lot of times there's a lot of manipulation happening, and so the victim may be afraid to contact Casa because they're being told, look, if you report me, you won't have this anymore. They're manipulated. So how difficult is that to you all to help these people?
I'm not going to say that it's not challenging, but it's possible to do it. Always taking into consideration that we have to explain the confidentiality to our client, and along with the confidentiality explanation, we also safety plan around the situation, and knowing that a lot of times our client or survivor is going to go back to the perpetrator because of many reasons. So we make sure that we highlight all those issues to make sure that they stay safe and that they're able to continue coming for services.
Especially if they've known domestic violence for a long period of time, they may go back because that's what they know. And so that's got to be difficult. Nena, Arambula, and Thelma Arambula are joining us this morning. They're from Casa de Misericordia. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Tell me both what you do. Thelma, what do you do for Casa?
I am the Child and Youth Program Manager. So I help service the families that come in with children to make sure that their needs are being met, especially their educational needs. A lot of times maybe families don't know that at the shelter they can continue to go to school as they normally would in their homes. So we help coordinate with the school districts or the school that they attend to make sure that they have transportation, that they have uniforms, school supplies, things like that. If there's a safety concern, we work with the schools around that too. So providing those different services. My role is also going out into the community and talking to teens about healthy relationships, getting that prevention work out there and making sure that we're spreading awareness on teen dating violence as well.
That teen dating violence, is that really a thing? I mean, teens are...
It affects millions. And so it's important that during the preteen years and their teen years, we are helping them identify healthy relationships and teaching them about those skills. So those skills can be something as managing your emotions and your feelings, and having what are the skills that you need for communication, right? Communication skills, and identifying what harmful or abusive relationships look like. So it's important that we start very young having these conversations with them.
Nena, what do you do at Casa de Misericordia?
I'm the director of programs at Casa de Misericordia, and I oversee the staff at the shelter, the shelter advocates, the ones that tend to all the needs of the residents, a counselor, case manager. I have 21 years already working for the ministry.
They've been around for 25, and you've been there for 21.
Yes.
That's a long time, Nena, to be in that business. I mean, not this business, but it's a long time to be in this atmosphere. Doesn't it affect you mentally at all?
No, it's very rewarding, always to help someone. I know that we don't necessarily help everyone that comes in by changing their lifestyles, but as long as we plant the seed as long as they leave knowing that there's resources, that there's people that are willing to journey with them, and there's programs that are ready and available at any time that they choose to reach out and continue with that. So no, it's not necessarily affecting me personally.
Because you hear a lot of sad stories, obviously.
We all do.
Yeah.
The whole team at Casa de Misericordia, yes, very, very sad stories. But like I'm telling you, they're very rewarding and help me grow as an individual, and to be humble about everything that we have, that a lot of times we think that we don't have enough.
Yeah.
And there's others that really, really lack.
Yeah.
Just a hug.
Yeah.
Just a listening ear.
Yeah.
And that's important because maybe they don't come to you for help at that moment, but you've planted that seed, like you said, and so next time, unfortunately, if it happens again, they might come to you. So it's about awareness and planting the seed.
Exactly, because it's known that it takes multiple times, multiple efforts to break the cycle of violence. So.
Gosh. Yeah, and back to the teen violence, Thelma, is that learned behavior a lot of times?
A lot of
They learn it
times,
from the
yes,
parents?
yes, because they're experiencing domestic violence in their homes, or they're seeing these patterns in their parents or the family atmosphere. So a lot of it can be related to the learned behavior, and you see it as little as 2-3 years old already.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's tragic, but I mean, it's just amazing. What, you mentioned trends. What do you see trending right now as far as domestic violence are concerns? Do you see anything in particular that stands out in your mind right now that's affecting people?
Well, economic makes I don't think it causes it, but it exacerbated, and
It's a factor.
lack of
because-
resources, job opportunities, a lot of things. There's not just one thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's a set of things. I think so.
And is
I
that
think-
consistent? 'Cause, I mean, you see patterns based on what's happening with the economy, with jobs, but also there's other factors as well.
Yeah, I think like especially with kids and teens, and even adults, to be honest, people are glamorizing the idea of tóxico and tóxica a lot, and like we're pretending that this is normal behavior.
Yeah.
So that's one trend I think that is.
That's true.
You'd see HEB selling balloons that said tóxico and tóxica, and we were promoting that for Valentine's Day.
Wow.
So it's spreading the awareness that that's not healthy. The idea behind that. So I think that would be one of the
That's
trends.
interesting. And people wear that badge proudly. You see
Yeah.
them posted on social media, tóxica.
Yeah.
On the surface, you think it's funny, but now that you said that,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not exactly the
Yeah,
same
what's the
thing.
meaning behind
Yeah,
that?
exactly. What other services does Casa de Misericordia offer?
Long-term support is not just taking care of the crisis, but after the crisis as well. Case management, counseling, support groups, educational classes, life skills classes, recreational activities, back to school events. We celebrate Christmas posadas.
Yeah.
I always tell our clients when we're doing intakes, when we're assessing them to start in our program, I always tell them that this membership is for life if you need it, for as long as you need it. You and only you decide when is no longer needed.
I've got a number on the screen, which is 956-712-9591. If someone believes they're a victim of domestic violence, they can call that number. But also have 911 there, because if you're in danger, if for some reason you feel like your life is in danger, do not hesitate to call 911, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. How does one know? I mean, a lot of times people feel like, I don't know, do I need to call 911 or not? But I mean, better safe than sorry, right? I mean, if you feel you're in danger, call 911. Yeah. How many people do you see on a daily basis, or what kind of numbers can you share with us as far as the Casa is concerned?
The shelter numbers vary from day to day. One day you could have a full house, and the following day you could have half house or half full house. But yearly we see unduplicated adults over 250 and over 460 children that come to shelter. And that's not counting all of those that do the outreach services, the non-residential services.
So if you call, you're not necessarily going to have to be at the shelter, correct?
Correct. You call, we have the hotline call 24/7. You call, you have a question, you just want to talk to someone, and the person tending the call is going to do the assessment, is going to do their job. We have the training to do the interventions and the safety planning and planning around maybe this is not the right time for the individual to leave the home environment, but is thinking about it and it has questions or doubts. So we have that opportunity, and they can call as many times as they need to. And through that conversation, we could plan about, okay, you want to come in person to talk to someone. How can we do that in a safe way where you're not going to be put yourself or your children in danger?
Fear is a big factor, right?
Yes, and I think I want to add to remind people not to judge why people stay in abusive relationships. There's a lot of different reasons why somebody would stay or why they might not be ready to come to the shelter or ask for that help. And that includes the normalized abuse. Like they grew up in homes where their parents, were experiencing domestic violence. So, this is normal. I have to stick it out.
Yeah.
It can be fear, like you said, but fear that there's going to be consequences, right? Those threats are going to come reality, whatever those threats might look like for them. So many people stay and we judge them. We hear that a lot. But they have reasons. Children, you don't want to break up the family. Maybe I don't work or I'm not allowed to work. So how am I going to put a roof over their head? How am I going to feed my kids? So keeping that in mind.
And the kids can be dealing with, the parent that's doing the abusing. With the children, they may be completely different. They may be the best mom or dad in the world, but then they're abusing the other person. And so the child doesn't see the difference that we see, and so a lot of times that's why sometimes the partner stays, because they know the person might be a good dad or mom, but unfortunately they're doing something else.
And even family members, sometimes family members see the charming person that is, they're so helpful, they help us pick up the dishes and wash, and they're so kind, but at home they're a completely different person. And so people also think, well, my family, what are they going to say if I break up my family? They think that this person is wonderful.
Now, is the 712-9591 number, is that a 24/7 number?
Yes, it is.
That's
It
the
is.
hotline. Mm-hmm.
So that's the hotline, 712-9591. What about if you see somebody going through this? Obviously, we're not experts. How does somebody get involved in that, or should they just not? Can they call Casa on behalf of somebody, or it has to come from that person?
The person has to want the help.
Yeah.
They're the ones that want to reach out for the services. So it's important that if somebody comes to us and expresses that they're experiencing some form of abuse, domestic violence, family violence, that they want the help, we want to encourage them to seek, like speaking to an advocate at our hotline or calling the shelter. So we want to make sure that we know the resources and the information so that we can offer that. We never want to confront an abuser, that's for sure. And we do want to make sure that we're respecting their choices and their decision.
And so if you see someone going through something, maybe gently suggest, hey, look, if you need help, but try to be careful with how you handle the situation, I'm guessing.
Yeah, definitely.
And anybody who could, I guess a lot of people might not call because they're afraid of the safety concerns and things like that. You all are experts. You've been at this for 25 years. Nena, you've been there for 21. You know how to handle every situation, correct?
Yes, we get very creative, and we staff a lot among our team to make sure that we're doing the right thing. A lot of times, every case is different, so you doubt, am I doing the right thing? Should I do this? Should I do that? But we come together and support each other. And the thing is that going back to what do you do if you encounter something happening like this? Never put yourself in danger. Don't put one more person in danger. So make sure that whatever you do it in a way that is going to stay for everyone. And a lot of times when we try to intervene, we're putting that survivor or that victim in even more danger. But maybe if you see that is happening, call the police. Yeah. Call the police and don't get involved.
And that's a tough situation because you want to help.
Yes.
But you could actually make things worse.
Yes. You always have to make sure that you're thinking about your own safety.
Yes.
but making sure that you're doing something.
Yeah.
And if the survivor is disclosing to you, a helping shoulder, a listening ear, being supportive, just letting them know, I'm here for you, I'm willing to journey with you, there's resources, I can help you, finding out where to call, where to go, what to do, but without pushing, because you could be pushing that person away.
Sure. And you could be also signaling to the person that's doing the abusing that you're getting involved, and that might make things more dangerous for the person.
Exactly.
Nena Arambula, Thelma Arambula joining us this morning. They're from Casa de Misericordia. It's National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. There's the number if you want to call it. Rest assured that the number one goal is safety. So if you make a call to Casa, you're going to be safe. They're going to make sure you can do everything. They can do everything to be safe. So I think that's important because a lot of times people are afraid. Like
confidential.
We've talked about. Yeah, it's confidential especially. Anything else going on, ladies, that you all want to talk about?
No, we just want to thank you for the opportunity. It's important for us to bring awareness in our community, and also mention that through our commemoration, we had several groups that came together. We invited the school districts and the educational system to come to our educational center to present how domestic violence looks like right now in our community. What are we doing? And also to make sure that we have conversations as, what do you see in us that we're lacking, that maybe we're not doing, or maybe that we're not doing as much as we should be doing? And what are we looking at your agencies that might be helpful for the work that we do? We also brought the health clinics and hospitals, the
Law enforcement.
and the clergy, the different religions that came to our educational center. We toured and we presented a very nice video that we have and on how our program looks like. And we want to invite those in the community that might be needing presentations or that want to start conversations, that maybe there's something that we could be helping with.
Yeah. Thelma, any thoughts?
Well, that includes also schools, organizations where we can talk to youth. We are having an event next Tuesday at our Education Center for Teenagers, where we're going to be doing an activity called In Their Shoes. And this activity is very interesting because it'll literally put teens and youth in the shoes of other teenagers that are experiencing dating violence. And so that's going to kind of give them an idea of what it looks like, what are some of the outcomes. And so it's going to be happening next week, again, in Awareness Month for domestic violence. So we encourage anybody who would like to have us for a presentation. We're a phone call away.
The website, by the way, is casademisericordia.org. I'm taking a look at it right now and sharing it with the audience. If anybody wants any information, they can go to the website. It's a nonprofit as well, so that you can donate to Casa de Misericordia through the website, but all sorts of information there as well. Any plans for the 25th, or have you already celebrated?
We already commemorated. We don't celebrate. We don't celebrate. We always wish that one day we can close our doors, but I don't think the three of us are going to see that in our future. But we commemorated, and we're very proud to say that 25 years might sound easy, but it wasn't. But we're looking forward to the next 25.
Yeah, absolutely. How many on staff? I'm taking a look at the website here.
We're 24.
24.
24. Okay.
24 case managers, counselors, advocates, legal advocate.
A lot of work.
A lot of work, but it's very rewarding.
It's a calling.
Yeah,
Definitely.
It has to be. You have
Yeah.
to have a lot of patience and want to help others. But it's also, I would imagine, very rewarding, as you said. Nena.
Yes.
So,
We have a coworker that passed away years and years ago, and she said, "This is not a job. This is a ministry."
yeah, makes sense. Nena, Thelma, thank you very much. God bless you. Thanks for what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I gotta go. I will see you on the noon show. And Telemundo Tu Casa is first at 11 o'clock this morning. So we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed rest of your day.